Green. Yes. Yes. Welcome. Welcome here to another session, another stream here on the Chaos Rain Show. I'm Chaos Rain here. And today I have actually a very intriguing show. That's something that has to be discussed. Before I begin, I would like everybody to, follow me on the few social media networks. You can follow me on Twitter at ChaosRain7. Add me a friend on Rumble. Add me on Facebook as a friend, Eric Graham Facebook. You could also follow me on Rumble as well. I'm hearing about things about Rumble, so it wouldn't hurt to follow me on Rumble as well. And what else I have in here? Hold on, guys. Oh, and also join my Discord service as well on the Chaos Rain Show as well. As you know, Discord is slowly, I would say, growing. Not much than I expect, but it is growing nonetheless. So, like always, Discord is another wonderful platform. You could do many things. You could stream games. You could have conversations. It's like a little private server where you can have conversations. So, it wouldn't hurt to join the Discord service of the Chaos Rain Show as well. And what else I have up here on the docket? Oh, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe on every live stream, every video posted here on the Chaos Rain Show. I do read the comment section. Nori, at times the comment section could now be considered by Google filter out, depending on what you say. So I always advise people that do leave comments. You have to be respectful. Not all the time I'm going to catch it, and I don't want to catch it, but Google will do what's necessary to filter out certain comments, including spam, which I will figure out how to control the spamming, because spam right now, as we see, is really under check. But, people that are computer geeks have found ways to spam people's chat room with, how can I say, with different accounts. So don't be that person to be doing such nonsense, spam people's chat. 1 second. Hold on. All right. And what other thing I'm trying to think of here? And become a member of the Chaos Rain Show as well. Trust me, there are some videos that's on membership, some custom made, and there are going to be some of these videos that I'm doing here will probably go to the membership eventually, depending. I'm thinking of creating a playlist for certain content I've done on here throughout the few years. Still contemplating if a playlist will make more sense. But most people that come through majority of people's content on YouTube don't really go back to a lot of the old videos and live streams on everybody's channel. And I've noticed this. So one thing I probably will do, I might make a playlist to certain content that either was, the top notch or very much weak. I'll still will do it anyway, because, I give you opportunity to watch some of the older stuff that I've done in the past to catch up onto the present and maybe what might be in the future. All right. So let me see if that's everything. I think that's pretty much everything. Did I forget anything? Oh, no, I did not forget anything. Oh, I forgot there was something. Oh, and I'm not sure if I'm going to create a group a group chat on my Facebook page. I'm still thinking if I want to do that. But with so much on my hand or on my plate, it's just there's not enough time in the world to create these outlooks. So, I go by day to day and make the decision if it's a necessity for the further growth of the channel. So, well, then, y'all guys can sit back and enjoy the show. All right. Did I forget anything? No, I did not forget anything. Let's begin. You see the thumbnail, you see the title. Tonight's show is, title Jalen Green and Halle Bailey. What's the buzz now? Or I should say, better yet, I should say, baby mama, baby daddy. Now, let me adjust this bad boy. As you know, the thing we will talk about first, before I give my own take about things, and you know me, I'm not an opponent of certain controversy, but we got to have the conversation. And let me see what this one is. And let me get rid of some windows here. Let me see what this one is. Okay, I'm just gonna clean the suit. All right. Oh, and I forgot. Make sure you guys, as you come in, hit the like button. And share. Okay. And to support the channel, you see the link here. You can hit the super chat or cash app. $ chaos 8 rain. And and that will be pinned up. Let's see. Let me give that bad boy space. All right. So the first thing we're going to be discussing, and you're going to see here, let me share here, the one they call Jalen Green. Now, as you know, this is a young, up-and-coming, rising, not only high flyer, but rising star in the making in the state of, or the city of Houston. Now, word on the street is that when James Harden was traded, he really wanted to play back for the Houston Rockets. So the Houston Rockets kind of re-up with their not only the draft picks, but actually re-up the roster. And the weird thing about these young Gen Zs, this dude has fingernail polish. That's very, very telling, if I like to say so myself. But that's another story. We're gonna look at some latest news that seeing float around. Oh, what's this? Okay, hold on. And we gotta look at this. Jalen Green news. And besides the rumors of trades, I don't know why they want to trade him. Jalen Green and Draya. The word on the street is that he kind of knocked up a 39-year-old, hit the wall. I guess I would say Housewives TV reality star Draya. That's the word. That's the, I guess, I can't say gossip, but that's what's going on circulating through the internet. So let's look into more detail. And I'm looking at this. There's a blip spot and there's a shade room. Let's see what the shade room says about this. Let's take a look, quick look. And you know how these stupid gossip forums are. They're pretty much, don't really give out any clear, actually factual stuff. But as I'm scrolling through, I'm trying to look for see anything on here, and they got pure commercials here, which is stupid, but you know, they gotta make their money somehow. All right, so this is what I'm going. This is like the end of January. We're going to read this. Let me scroll down first, guys, before I. And let me pause that. No, you're gonna pause. Okay. Let's look at this. This is from the TSR rumor, and this came out January the 31st, 2024. So we're gonna stop this. We're gonna open up. No. And one of the few things that was very controversial is that Joe Budden had some words about Draya, you know, getting knocked up by a 21-year-old NBA basketball player. And they said this is alleged now. Now, from what I see that she has a baby bump. And the word on the street is they said is potentially Jalen could be the one that's the father. But let's read on to what the so-called com says by Cassandra S. Joe Budden and Melissa Ford comment on Draya's, Michelle, and Jalen Green's rumored relationship. Now, before we read this article, let's be clear here. There is a double standard that I'm starting to notice. Like, really, I'm starting to notice that there is a double standard going on amongst the communities of what is considered predatory and not. And I'm going to say this, and I want you to hear me well. I don't give a crap what it is. If you're a predator, you're a predator. And it doesn't mean that it's only by only specific gender that can engage in predatory behavior. This falls under both male and female can be predators to young boys and girls, including ones that are labeled adults or young adults, for those that don't know. And before we continue on, I'm just looking at something. Yeah. All right. So I'm just looking for something right now, guys. So really, truly, what Joe Budden has been laid out, he's not wrong in his assessment, because we've seen too many women that are a certain age that if they're not getting any mate or potential mate that's either 3, 5, or even a decade more older than them, and they're seeking and hunting impressionable males that could be 6 years younger or even go as far as 20 years older than them. And why I mean 21 years? Because if I go and look at Jalen Green's bio, let me type his bio. Jalen Green, age. Because I want to know how old this dude was born in 2002. Draya is 17 years difference from Jalen Green, because Draya Michelle is born in 1985, mind you. 1985. Now, mind you, word on no, it's not word. This is actual fact. She has a child that's now the same age as Jalen Green. Can you believe that? Now, how does your son feel knowing that you're having relationships to another person that could be your son? Shameful. And he's about to turn 22 in February 9th in the next few days. Ain't that surprising? And he's only 6'4". I thought this dude was 6'5" or 6'6". He's not really that's tall, but you know, an NBA stature is a little different, but that's how tall he is, okay? All right, so let me go back since I know this now. So let me go to the page and let's read on to the blog itself. And as you know, I'm going to be bouncing back and forth between windows to see what's going up. So let me do this. And I want to do this. Let me find this. Oh. Hold on. Hold on. All right, so let's read this article. Draya Michelle's is trending topic this week as the inundated and follower celeb discussion her rumors relationship with Jalen Green. The 39-year-old was linked to the pro baller on several occasions since last year. However, neither of them have confirmed or denied rumor of being romantically involved, and we know that. I'm not sure if this is the video of here, but we're not gonna play a video. We don't care. Draya chose to keep that information private. When asked about her dating status on stepping into the shade room in September of 2023, about a month before the episode release, Michelle was photographed on a stroll with Green. It marks the start of the dating talk. And they have pictures, which we don't care. Joe Budden and Melissa Ford discussed whether Draya alleged groom Jalen. And when they mean by groom, you up here put this boy on your wing, you show him the ropes, you gave him that throat goat, you actually, ride him, it's very unusual when you look at impressionable minds, young dudes like him. And I mean young dudes. Which young dude nowadays that's over the age of 18 and in their 20s going to turn out some box? I mean, let's be real here. What age they're going to turn out some yoni? I rarely know any young dude that nowadays going to turn out some box. Personally. Like, personally. But nonetheless, all it takes is a right chick. And mind you, ladies, if you have not learned, you learn this. You get farther if you keep yourself up. Meaning you don't go under the knife. You take care of your skin with natural remedies, natural products, and you watch your diet. By God. That's the one thing you could always, if everything else fails, you could know by doing this, it works. Now, will get you a really high productive man doing this? No, most likely not. Because not every person can get a man that's in the top 1, 5, or even 10% on the average. But it sure puts you in the right position to get something. It's not perfect, but it's better than something. And that's one thing you should look forward to. Instead of always thinking that you do this, you're going to get a result. No, there's no guarantees of anything in life. Most men that work their butt off are not always going to be rich, even to the point going to get a nice looking woman that is no greater than 8. I don't label or put a scale of 10s here. I don't believe in the notion that every woman on the earth are 10s. Most people are average and slightly above average. The highest you'll get to is maybe a 9. To be a 10, if I want to go there, to be actually a 10, a perfection, you need to be a Miss Universe, where you beat every race of woman. Let me repeat that again for the nosebleeds in the back. You want to be a perfect 10? You must be Miss Universe. Yes, I said it. You must be judged by a plethora of peers amongst other women that's competing to be that top universe, the beautifulest woman on the earth. That I consider as top 10. All this other garbage, nonsense, talking about if you go to other countries or even America or even celebrities, that some celebrities are 10s. No, they are average, and maybe if they do the right things and they keep the body right, no surgeries, keep the skin clean, watch the diet, they might go as high as maybe an 8. And not only they might get to an 8, depending on their age, they might drop no lower than us under 7. But here in the Chaos Reign show, we do not measure or give or put women into the top of anything of 10s. We don't believe in 10s. We believe in 6, and maybe if at a given day, if you're every plays how you do the right thing, you might get to a high 7. But all this nonsense about 10s, garbage. That's garbage. So I hope that was clear. Anyhow, and let me do this. Hold on, I'm trying to see what's going on here. 1 second, guys. All right, that's garbage. But anyhow, and let me see if I'm sounding good on my end. I'm just going to double check, make sure my volume's good. Oh, good, I'm good. All right, so let's continue, guys. Let's continue. I have to let that out. Joe Budden and Melissa Ford discussed whether Draya alleged groomed Jalen. Nonetheless, that hasn't stopped folks from chatting about the alleged match, particularly their age difference. Most recently, Joe Budden and Melissa Ford went head-to-head over the Draya and Jalen rumor during an episode of his self-titled podcast. Joe was the first of 5 people on the mic to bring up the Draya pregnancy rumor. After he explains why fans are speculating Michelle is having baby number 3, and Budden gave the floor to Melissa. And I'm not sure if I can find I don't know if I want to play the audio of that. Do I have it? I don't think I have it. Let me see. No, I don't think I have it now. But let's keep going. And there's this thing about Lars Pippen says she has 11 frozen eggs while discuss family plans. Oh, that's garbage. Oh, hell no. I don't read that though. All right, let's keep going. Another person on the and before I continue, because I saw this little thing in red wording. If you're a woman that's over the age of 35 and you think out of your right goddamn mind, you're going to be this presenting a man that's still able to have children, that's in his 30s, 40s, and hell, even go as far as 70s. And usually after 60, it looks a little weird, but it does happen, unfortunately, that you up here presenting your egg, giving a man saying I can have a child, but it's going to be for, what do you call it? Surrogate, because I'm freezing my eggs. Ain't no man wants to have children with a woman that already passed the time to have natural births naturally. And I'm not sure if this is a trend that they're trying to convince modern men or men above, highly above men, to accept women that are older that either have children or you don't have children, that you're going to sit there create children with women that are either didn't have children and they passed the age to really have them at a proper time, or you try and have a child for the first time. If you're a man, don't have no children, one woman that already had children that are adults, and all you could look forward to is going through a freeze egg process. Oh no, don't accept it. Don't do it. All right, another person on the mic as Mel, if she thinks a relationship between Draya and Jalen would be considered grooming, she immediately turns the question over to the room, 4 men, including Joe. Button told her not to ask anything and clarified that she was hired so the men could shut up. during topics like this. And this is what Joe Budden says. Man, the floor is yours for anything you think needs to be said on a platform this large about a matter this large, my Button said. Male response that it was all speculation. The people were in a tizzy, but Joe wasn't having it. He pushed for her to reveal what she thought about all of it. But Mel again seems to avoid the question by asking other questions about Green's choices. And there's like a quote or question here. We're not talking about his choices as a 21 going on 22 now year old whose brain is not fully developed, which is true. In this society and around how these young boys girls are developing, yeah, it's going to take more than age 25 until they reach development seat. I would give it to 30, roughly. I mean, this is me. I know it sounds messed up, but I got to keep it real. I have to keep it real with y'all. Develop. He's talking about Draya in her 40s. Well, she might be 40 next year. Having a baby by the young man whose brain is not fully developed. Do you have a unique take on this, or do you just want to what they call minder? Cause if that is the case, then I'll act like a woman and start talking. Yeah. I mean, guys, you're not gonna win, man. You're having these conversations. You're not gonna win when we talk about the standards of who could do and move around personally. I see it is a form of grooming and something much more severe. I look at it as opportunists. It's another form of, to be honest with you, getting what they call the bag, or really a big bag, because I think he's almost up to his contract year this year. I could be wrong, for extension. I think that's what's going on. I think that's what's going. Why the opportunity to really get knocked up was there. And who else I want to put in here? Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. All right. So to be honest with you, Joe Budden, I have nothing against Joe Budden. I mean, there are times he does some weird stuff, but for the sake of the conversation, I think he's really spot on with this one. Let's keep going, guys. Then Hush posed the situation from the angle of a mother witnessing her 21-year-old son dating a woman 18 years older than him. As a mother, heck no. F no. Because it looks and smells like a duck. No. I'm not trusting the situation. I'm not trusting her intentions. I'm not. I'm absolutely and going to want to protect my son from himself. That's what I'm going to try to do as his mother. And I'm going to be successful. He's a grown man, a grown man. He can do whatever the F he wants. I can't control him, but I'm not going to like if he and I'm his mother. Well, you're right. Maybe you can't control him, but really, truly, and this is where the fathers are necessary. Very necessary. And I think nowadays, because a lot of these boys are being raised by one parent, these children are lost. And not only they're lost, but now you put them in serious situations. I think the situation that we find here is that the situation we find here is that this dude is messing around with someone that's twice his age, and might have potentially implant her with a seed to give forth life. And that's not the way to go. Well, let's keep reading. At that point, Button asks the guy to have the talk without Mel. He appears dissatisfied with her lack of response to the grooming discussion. And she's not gonna really agree by you, because listen, most women nowadays, if they're not married and secure by the best quality man in their minds, they are going to sit there groom young men, especially if you think about in this community, this black community. And I'm going to be brutally honest, really brutally honest with y'all. Most women will sit there and wait for the opportunity to really pounce. And once they pounce on an impressionable mind, they get you. Especially if you think about it, most of them are out here, you know, and looking for a sweet daddy. And that's just as clear cut I'm gonna say, a sweet daddy. Yeah. Oh yeah. But anyhow, let's continue. And make sure you guys like the stream. All the hosts went on the discussion grooming on the context of a woman being a predator and the man being the prey. Yes, you being the prey and being prey. And here's what sparks the Draya, Michelle, and Jalen Green pregnancy rumor. So about those overalls, Joe Button mentioned about a week ago, Draya popped out to a Houston Rockets game wearing a white long sleeve shirt and overalls. It was one of the most recent sightings of Draya seeming with Jalen. A circulating video shows her trailing behind him with what social media users are calling a pregnant walk. I don't know. I did not know there was such thing as a pregnant walk. This is some new stuff to me. I never heard of something like this before. A pregnant walk? What's that? What is that? I'm not gonna go. I ain't gonna look that up, man, because that don't make no damn sense. Anyhow, Hollywood Unlocked shares a clip of the moment with their Instagram following, who quickly hop into the comment section with pregnancy speculations. You know, like I said, you know, if she is pregnant, I mean, if she really was pregnant, what do you expect? I'm just saying. But like I said, man, most women are always gonna look at the opportunity. If they can't get a man that is, I guess, a provider type male that is gonna be making a lot of money, personally, they're gonna be grooming. And I think, remember, this is not some new, guys. When I'm talking about the grooming aspects, we hear Brittany Renner groom PJ, and what else? There may be other rooms I can't name off my head, but there are cases where there are young teenagers that are in their fields of respectable teams outside of high school going to college, and they are out here, you know, not only being the best player they can, but there are some women that's either 5, 10, or even close to 20 years older than them out there waiting and lurking to seize the opportunity to really present themselves. And how they present themselves. Wait. Oh, wait. Hold on, guys. What's going on here? Oh, I got, okay. I see Edward. Hold on. Let me read your comments, Edward. I didn't notice. All right. I got some in the chat room. I was just in the idol of doing research of the student. Okay. I already like him, but don't know how much about him immediately, other than him being with Ruby Rose and now Halle Bailey, and he was a YouTuber as such. Oh, we're gonna get to that. I know you're talking about Edward. Okay, we're gonna get, after I wrap this up, we're gonna go into the other part. Sit tight. I know you're talking about. And matter of fact, I'll drop the link. This is for Edward Anderson. Because for you to chime in if you want. This is just optional. You don't have to come up, but I'll put it anyway. Let me finish read this article. Okay. Hollywood Unlocked shares a clip of the moment with their Instagram. Wait, I think I read it right. And it says on that the pregnant walk. Okay. Amidst said, I get chase I'm getting chasing a bag, but that boy is young enough to be her actual child. Does this life not have an expiration date? Come on. Oh, wait. You didn't see? There was no date from the beginning because she is there to get what she can from this woman. I mean, from this dude. And after he gets that contract and once pay comes, you know what's gonna happen. Y'all know what's gonna happen. Y'all know what's gonna happen. We don't need to go into more detail what's gonna really happen. She's gonna kindly exit stage left, and I mean kindly exit stage left with the baby and with the bag or the little parch bag. And to let people know, the side note, if he stays in Houston, Texas, from what I remember from Uncle D, the most she'll get out of child support is there's a cap of $25,000 across the board in Texas. So if he stays in Houston, he might be safe. But depending where Draya is in the relationship, if she gives birth in a different state, Jalen could be in trouble. And for people to know, yes, Texas has a cap on how much child support you can get. Keep that in mind. They do have a cap. They have a cap. For those that don't know, the state of Texas got a cap. So this is a sidebar. All right. What is that? Okay. 39 with 21 BB, and that is nasty work. Yeah. And I think these are the comments people are leaving. That's pregnant walking. But not everyone's under the week-old posts. Speculate a baby bump under Draya one-piece look. And amazing Dana wrote, that lady is pregnant. She's waddling in those dubs and shoes. Another person, Barbie-ish, added, my girl's boots is heavy. She can barely walk. John the Great, another person, chimes in, saying this ain't grooming though. Reel's report got straight to the point. Added, if this was a 40-year-old man doing this to a 23-year-old girl, y'all would have a problem with it. And the double standard. No, it's more than they're gonna have a problem with it. Real report. It lets you know, it's saying that if a person that's, a generation different from a girl or a young woman, let's be honest, is more than grooming, they're gonna look at it and say that you are now not giving me my resource. You're giving your resource to a much more younger, fertile woman, and they don't like that. See, only in America, if you think about it, gentlemen, only in America you have these problems. You got to look beyond the double standards. This is a problem where if you didn't get the best mate while you're young, and you're past the wall, or hitting the wall, and you might not have kids yet, or you have one or two maybe before you even hit 30. Now, the men that made some of themselves are not going to go back in the pool for someone that's their age or older. You might push that to young impressionable minds, but you're not pushing it to dudes that are there mentally and got their ish to order. That's just the honest truth. You're not going to do that. You're definitely not going to do that. So, my take on all this, right? Like, literally. Is this grooming? Is this a big deal problem? Yeah, it is another form of grooming. And the problem with this is this young dude doesn't know what he's really going to be up against. Matter of fact, I'll tell you what's going to really happen. And mind you, rumor is they say that he's a little, how you can say, a part of the weirdo community, the ones that talk about alphabets doing weirdo stuff. that Drea's gonna play it, and let's be honest, if Drea deals with young boys that is about that life, and he's part of that potential, that acting way like he is part of that community, from what I'm hearing rumors, this is an easy bag for her. I mean, it's a very win for her. Ain't gonna look right, but it's a big win for her. And be personally honest, she just don't give a crap. She look at it as like payday. And most women, to be honest with you, are never gonna have a problem with this, because they hoping in their mind they could be that Drea, not too fat, keep her body in shape, maybe keep her looks tight. And did y'all know Jayla is a mixed woman? She is of white and African mixture, particularly the Italian side of things. Did y'all know that? So you hear from these other stupid ladies talking about, say that most black men, and my Jalen look like he could be mixed too, because his hair is not fully nappy like that. I can't go in the background what he's mixed with, but it looks to me like a lot of these women will say that is a preference. Last my check. And since this dude could be a preference to modern black women, particularly ones that are either mixed or light caramel complexion or even dark as midnight, I mean, he'll fit the bill, because he is tall. He looks attractive enough, and let's be honest, he doesn't look like he's very Africanish enough. He's mixed enough to, this is black woman's actual preference. What's good, Ray Hammonds? So obviously, seeing this, I mean, a lot of ladies wouldn't mind this, because a lot of women might having the children have some mixture, don't have nappy hair. If you could tell, look at this now. Look at this picture right here. You could tell this man look like he could be mixed with European and black, most likely the Latin side of things, possibly. So it works in their favor. Think about it. They love this. They surely treasure this. They would mind having this dude's baby. Okay, who else pushes colorism more than black women? Oh yeah, they push it more than anybody else. But like I said, it's preference, and two preferences potentially might have a child on the way. And I mean potentially. But we'll know in the coming months, I'll tell you one thing, if this is really true, like really true, it's not a good look for the boy. I tell you, boy, you're gonna be paying some child support, bro. Because she's not gonna stay. Because think about this. What you and her have really in common? Nothing. She raised something like you to become, what you are right now. Her son is the same age as you. She is a millennial. You are Gen Z. There's no comparison. Sorry. No comparison. She's going to get what she needs from you. And by God, boom, bye-bye. Move on. And, you're going to see some dumb, stupid women going to say something that he was a bad person. He was this and that. And I said, how so? This dude is 20, might be 22, and she's 30 goddamn 9. What you going to get out of this? And trust me, you're going to have some women say something about this after, if she is pregnant and has a baby, they're going to say something if the relationship goes left. I smell it. Oh, Draya is 39 years of age. She was born 1985. For those that was asking. So I think that's that. So, I wish for the best for Jalen Green. I'm hoping and praying that this is not really factual. This is true. If this is not true, but if it's true, he's in trouble. Like literally. We could say she's messing with him, because there's many stories or scenarios why she's doing this. All we know is the rumor is that they said she could be pregnant and he could be the father. And to be honest with you, the only clear answer why is Draya messing around with Jalen is because she's hoping to get one more nice ride, and not only ride but also in lavish and a lot of Benjamins, if you know what I mean. Because if this dude gets a serious extension that's going to be over $200 million for a couple years, that's money in bank. Depending where she stands, meaning is she staying with him in Houston or in a different state? And for people that do not know, there is a cap in regards to how much child support a person get in Texas. Outside Texas, the cap does not apply. I believe so. Yes. All right. So that's my take on the Jalen Green and Draylen Michelle story. Move forward, and like always, guys, we got to talk about this one. Now we move forward to the next section. Halle Bailey, Miss Bailey. Now, as you know, she has given birth to, I believe, a boy or girl. I could be wrong. She's given birth to a child this year. I think it was this year or last year. I can't remember which month, but she has a child now by DG. I think his name is DG something. Let me type that up. Let me find who this dude is. Who the hell this dude is? Oh my guys, let me find out who's this dude. All right. Are you serious? All right, sorry guys. I'm gonna find out now who Halle. I kind of know who this YouTuber is. Halle Bailey. Boyfriend. All right. Well, this could be Chloe Bailey. I don't want Chloe Bailey. I want Halle Bailey. What the hell is this? Hold on, guys. Google's messing with me right now. Why they give me Chloe? I want Halle. Halle. All right, there we go. So it shows here. And as you do this, make sure you guys hit the like button and share the stream. 1 second. Come checking some on my end. Hold on. I'm trying to find it. Okay. Let me skip that. All right, we sound good. Okay, so her boyfriend is DDG. And I'm not familiar who DDG is. From what I'm hearing, what he's about, he is a YouTuber, artist, a music that was signed under label. When Zoot Music Records label found a post a R&B singer birthday art. Bailey and boyfriend DDG have been dating for more than a year. The pair went on Instagram official in March 2022 when the Zoot. Okay, so they met and they've been dating since 2022. Okay, makes sense. And funny thing with Halle is wait, hold on. Halle is she about to be 23 this year. And DDG is a Libra from what I'm looking at. He was born in 1997. Okay, so he about to be 27 this year. I did not know that. Oh, interesting. Anyhow, let me see when their child was born. Let me click on. I'm just gonna look at this. I can't share the screen because I don't got the filters for this. Let me look at this. When the child was born. Oh, so it looked like her son was born in December. Okay. So he's born the end of 2023. Okay. Okay. That's not bad. All right. So let me go back. And y'all see the thing floating right now? This is DDG. As you can see, this is the boyfriend. So what is the issue here that I'm hearing people talk about? I'll tell you what's the issue. A lot of few women, and there are some men, particularly, and not many men. Some people find that Halle Bailey should not become a baby mama. They think this is a big L. This is a problematic thing. Why she's doing this, etc., etc., etc. I'll tell you why she went ahead and had the child, because it is her body and it's her choice, unfortunately. And the saddest thing about this, because you know how the community is, the black community is looked frowned upon that you became a baby mama instead of a wife. And not only you became baby mama, you became a baby mama to a content creator, mostly on YouTube. And that is the word that's on the street. And if you think about, to those that's watching this live stream personally, is that a lot of women, particular sisters, did not like the fact, or even people in general, does not like the fact that Halle, of all people, that is a young, impressionable woman that played the Little Mermaid, is out here busting it wide open and getting knocked up in the process. Which, you know, I have no problem with it. I mean, she does what she does, but my issue is that, you know, people are going to have their own opinions that, you know, if she's going to get knocked up, she should get knocked up by a non-black man. Most likely that will eventually might not marry her same way and might, you know, keep her in the fence, you know. But they wouldn't mind that because, you know, at least she'll have a mixed baby. And mind you, you got to keep in mind, Haley's already light-skinned already, but that's another story. But I think the problem with the biggest issue of this conversation is that she had a child by a black man. In their mind, not only a black man, they said had a child with a dusty black man. And I never checked DDG's network, but yeah, no, this is my thing with the word dusty. It's been used too loosely now. And let's be honest. And a lot of dudes not gonna like this. I don't care. That a lot of black women are going to deal with the lower levels of people. You know, some that, let's be honest, are the ones that make that thing go ooh, 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 ooh. So if she decides to be not only in this relationship but have this man's child, I mean, who are we to criticize? You know, I'm not gonna say it's right or wrong, but at the end of the day, she knows what she's getting into. My only problem is I hope she doesn't cry about it. How you going? How you doing, worker? Now I'm gonna look at this man's net worth because people have been saying that this dude is dusty and all this nonsense, right? He's a YouTuber. Just, and mind you, the Haley's started out putting out their music and what they did on YouTube. That's how they got discovered. For people that did not know that, did y'all know? Did y'all know? Did y'all know? Did you know? Did you know? Oh, you did not know. So what DDG is doing is no different from everybody else that wants to be alleged content creator. Make sure you guys hit the like button, share the stream. 1 second. What's DDG's network? Let's take a look. Let's look at here. Let me see what it'll tell me. And right now, from what I'm looking from Google, they said that DG doesn't have any other kids. I'm not sure where I hear rumors spread that he has a child already. If that was true, where is it? Can somebody verify this? I'm just saying. But anyhow. Yeah. And mind you, they're not married, to let people know. All right, let's see if there's a let's see if I can find the network. Where is it? Yeah, I'm gonna have to type in DDG then. So I'm not gonna. Let me type in DDG network. DDG's network. And we're gonna go to network now, not the one from last year. And it says here. All right, it says here his net worth right now is 8 million. So I'm just scrolling down. I'm looking at it first before I share this. All right, I'm gonna share this with y'all. Let me just make sure I put this. Okay, y'all see this for yourself. Let me share the stream. Now this is DDG, guys. Y'all see it? Good. Y'all see it? All right, good. It said DDG's net worth from 2024, actually from last year going on still this year, is roughly 8 million. Because he is a music career, YouTube successful entrepreneur venture contribute to his wealth. Let's see. DDG is prominent figure in the world of rap and YouTube. Has impressed network of 2024 impressive sum of a reflection of his versatility and strategic career moves, and well be looking at what has gone into his wealth in the article. And it shows here the rapper network, as it says, 8 million US dollars from last year moving on to this year. And there might be more by the end of this year because they change and fluctuate. As you know, he attended Michigan College, Industries, blah, 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 blah. Victorian. Oh, damn. Okay. It came out in 2019. Okay. The album performed contributed considerably that his network as a result of his consent delivery of hits. The rapper has ensured a steady flow of income from record sales and DSP, DDG network, and YouTube impact. Yeah. Before gaining stream, has a rapper gained streams and a successful YouTuber, his channel, which began as a platform for comedy stretch and vlogs, quickly gained popularity. It has since evolved into an outlet that showcases his music and lifestyle. His multiple YouTube channels have been significant contributors to his net worth. The ad revenue from these channels, combined with the earnings from his music, has helped the rapper amass wealth. You get that? And let's say he's an entrepreneur too. And his label is Zoo Entertainment, etc., etc. Enough of that. That's DDG. He's $8 million. So I'm not sure if anybody would call him Dusty. They're very much delusional, in my opinion. I would not call no man Dusty. I think people use that word too loosely, in my opinion. Let's go back. And like I said, he doesn't have only one child. I think the big issue with this is, like I said, they don't want, of all people, become a baby mom. Now they said that they're hoping that Chloe will probably do it right, get married to a man, and have a child. What's this? Hold on, I see something about this. Oh, that's talking about what she is now. Okay. Anyway, let me go back. One thing they said about DDG is like he be posting everything on his vlog, his life, etc. Even when he posted his child when his child was born, and people said this is a business. That's what he does. He's a vlogger. His YouTube personality is not just the shine he's looking for. That's what he is, and that's what people misconstrue about DDG. Now, I don't have much respect for a lot of these new rappers today. I think most rap today, as we listen to, are too much rumbling and mumbling. Sometimes you don't hear a phrase or sentences that is mumble, but that's just me. But Halle Halle, out of all people, they were very shocked to find that she became baby mama. And I always had to ask this crucial question. If she's not baby mama to a black man, would being baby mama to a non-black man would be better? That's my question I would ask ladies. And think about it, most of you ladies that are baby mamas now, I mean, your baby mamas to your baby father, and you don't make it work, you just move on. So what's the difference? I mean, if Halle, puts in like a decade into his relationship, I mean, that's as successful as going to get. Now, if he decides to marry in the next 2 years, then that's commendable. But we all know how most Gen Zs are today. They're not really focused on getting married like that. Very few of them that's Gen Zs getting married, personally. Like literally become a husband and wife. Because it is duty. It is a duty. But like I said, she gave birth in December, the end of December, I think roughly. I'm not sure I think it might be a boy or girl. I'm not sure what the baby is, but let's be honest. She's a mother now, and she's making it work. And a lot of people, even the people that are the critics that don't like the decisions she make. I mean, she is a grown woman, and she's gonna do what the hell is in her best interest. I mean, I don't expect people that are in their 20s now gonna make conscious decisions. Like literally, they're not gonna make the most obvious decisions. And I gotta read Edward's message earlier because I missed it. The more I learn about him, the more I realize how absolutely full of ish. I'm not reading that. Folks are on the line. This dude is a catch for Halle Bailey. If she wants someone that will be with her and not pass her. I mean, yes, we could say it is actually a catch. But to the eyes of society and how our people act and really have their views about these relationships, they think this is a big L for her. A serious L, because out of all people, they would expect the Haley's, and mind you, Chloe's no different because she's dating, and no, she's dating, but she's out here, and I'm gonna say this personally, and this might offend people, but when I see Chloe at age 26 going to 27, I see her on the carousel. I just see her on the carousel, personally. It's not really a good look, but what you could tell most 20-year-olds nowadays, especially women, they're gonna have their fun out there. They're gonna be in them streets. They're gonna be throat goats. They're gonna be getting and riding carousels until the wheels fall off. They're gonna be riding a lot of men, young men, older men, etc. It's what we call sexual freedom. Now with Halle, I mean, and if you look at Halle on the left and DDG on the right, I mean, Halle is a very still young, wonderful, and still cute young woman, with still has high potentials and possibilities. Now, what I heard from a few content creators that this might hurt her career. I gotta see it in order to believe it. Personally, I have to see it in order to believe it. I think she has opportunity. There's still more things she can get done. At 20, might be 23 in I think August. I think she was born in August. Let me check what year she was born. Okay, hold on. I know she was born in 2021. 2001, sorry. But and mind you, Chloe was one time dating Gunna. So they gotta miss me with this nonsense. All right. I'm trying to find it. Where is it, man? Where the hell is it? All right, let me find Haley's bio. I'm not sure if I'm right if she was born in August. Okay, it says no, on my fault. She was born in March. Okay, so she is actually an Aries, the 27th of March. And oh, wait. She's born 2000. I thought she was born 2000. You know, this is why I don't trust Wikipedia, guys. And matter of fact, let me find her real bio, because one time they said she's born 2021. Not it's 2000. I'm gonna start screenshotting a lot of these profiles because something's not being accurate here. Someone's lying here, man. Someone is goddamn lying here. Hold on, let me find this, man. I'm gonna find the real truth, man. Bio. I don't like I'm getting different numbers here. I'm getting a lot of different numbers. And they said she's short too. And she was standing the same height. Man, this is not accurate at all. All right. Where is the bio? All right. Let me check this, because this is not making sense. All right. It says she was March 27, 2000. And I know she was that short. I thought she was the same height as her sister, 5'5". Yeah. It says here is she was born in 2000, so. Let me check another biography. Okay, I gotta make sure I found this. Oh, she has a son. All right, her son's named Halo. So her son was born at the end of December. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to find her actual height. I know that the age is exact. She is born in 2000. Okay. Oh, okay. And there's a picture of them. Oh, that's so cute. When she was like a kid. I can see it now. Oh. I'm trying to find it. I can't find her height. Let me go back. All right, let me go back. Let me find her height measurements. Okay, I found some. Yeah, I don't know why I'm wasting my time doing this, but I had to do this anyway, because I remember they said she was born 2020, 2001, and now it says she born 2000. I mean, yeah, I'm not losing my mind. Okay. Yeah, so they said she's 5'2", 5'3". So we'll say she's 5'3". So when they stand next to each other, yeah, she's like only 2 inches or 3 inches shorter than her sister. So I'm not gonna contemplate this. Anyhow, one thing with Haley, now that she gave birth to a boy, Halo, in December, I mean, she looked like she's happy. She's in a good place right now. And I want people that's having a problem about where her position is as other people outside social media. I'm wishing for the best for her and DDG, personally. I mean, to me, a lot of people say that DDG was sitting there waiting, plotting, and securing her by putting a baby on her, which is possibly true. I'm not gonna deny it. But the problem is, if that was the case, well, young woman like her that's 23, about to be 24 in March, I mean, she has herself to blame for that. Now, mind you, they say that he has kids. I can't find no proof of that, but this is only his first kid with her. So obviously, you know, DDG knows what he's doing. I mean, you think about it, he was in a relationship with Ruby Rose, and they're the same age and the same zodiac. Because DDG is born October the 10th, Ruby Rose born in the month of October. So actually, they're Libras. But you should always ask why he did not stay with Ruby Rose. I'll tell you why. Because Ruby Rose is an African ratchet chick, or what they want to call a tether, which I'm not sure why that is such offensive, but nonetheless, they will call her a tether. A very nice slim tether, not too dark. She has a nice round booty, but a tether nonetheless. So I guess she did not make the cut for DDG to stay along for the long run. He already know where to place her, and a lot of people don't like that. She's in the fun bag zone, and that's fine. That's fine. But like I said, they're family now. Will this last? I don't know, because most relationships last longer than most marriages. Can you imagine that? And it lets you know, or it tells you, even is marriage even valuable now to a lot of people in the West, knowing that if you get into a real contractual agreement, you're looking to maybe get 5 years out of it, and give or take, you might do well in 8, but on that, you're not going to get 20 or more years out of these marriages. These marriages are not meant to be around than less under a decade. And usually, if you're only in a relationship, in a marriage, and it's only going to last you for under 10 years, that's not really a successful marriage. The first 10 years, you're really actually scratching the surface between you and her in regards to your marriage, the ups and downs. Another 10, extra 10, now you're talking that you've really been actual marriage. But under 10 years, you're not really knowing, you're not really gaining nothing. So, Halle made her decision. She's going to be comfortable with it. She's going to lie in it. And for those women that are going to say, I told you so, I mean, they could say that, but like I said, you're not in their shoes with a lot of these young people. Young people nowadays, they see and view relationships different than a lot of people that's a generation older. The only thing I would say more is there should be more transparency in where, if you're in any relationship in your Gen Z, where is really going, what you seek or see, where you're heading with this relationship. That should be more of a better focus. But when you're under 20 years old or over 25, you don't think about these things. So like I said, there are gonna be a lot of female content creators that's gonna still say some bad things about this, and that's cool. There are gonna be some men that's gonna talk bad about it too, because he is a black man, young black man, and they're gonna say all type of derogatory stuff. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. But anywho, I think that's it. I said enough on this part. Now, I'll put the chat room. I'll put the call link for those that want to come up. And I'll wait for a few minutes. And no one has nothing to say or come up, I will probably end this. I said my piece here. And let me look around here. Just gonna double check. Look what's going on here. Make sure you guys join Discord service, because Discord is nice. What's this? Oh. Okay. Oh, I don't care about this stupid ass chat room. Let me get because this don't improve me nothing. Let me delete this, man. Because and another thing, when you add yourself to these discords, be cautious, man, because some of the discords don't serve y'all no purpose. What I'm looking at now. That's why when I have I have my Discord ready. You could be a member of Discord, but I might soon put some rules as well. Because it makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. All right. I'm looking at now. Let's check something out, guys. I'm trying to find something. And you guys can come up. I put the call link now to come up if y'all want to come up. I'm just checking some message now before I wrap this up. Where is it? I'm trying to find here. Hmm. All right. Okay, I have my first person guest. Edward, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear
What's
me?
good? I hear you well, brother. I hear you loud and clear. Mic is clear. Yes. So I lay out my I could say my side of the two, and to let people know why I chose Jalen and Haley, because it's telling tale of baby mama and baby father or future baby father that these are young Gen Zs, and a lot of people are very much caught up in the decision what they do as young adults, especially entertain people that either consider dusty or someone that's old enough to be their parent. The premise of this is to give a claim that my side of my views, if it's true with Jalen, that if it is I mean, yeah, he was groomed, and not only he's groomed, but he might have to deal with the consequence because we know where it goes. Now with Haley, from what I'm hearing from a lot of ladies' side and some fellas, but mostly ladies, they think this is a big L. This is not a good look. I look at this dude. I mean, he's just as a YouTuber like all of us, Edward, and he
Yeah,
made his money from that. Remember, the Baileys got noticed for YouTube. So this guy's net worth is 8 million,
I didn't know that.
and he doesn't have any other children that I could find off the internet. So I'm not sure what's the deal. So what's your take on this? The floor is
All right,
yours.
so I'm not gonna front with you. Full disclosure, I commented in the original thing as to what you said, like as it
Mhm.
was going on, but I was doing stuff, so I've been running around doing stuff. So I just decided to come back since you got the link dropped. So I ain't heard nothing you didn't said. But that
Mhm.
being said, just so everybody understands that part, but I'll definitely check out the replay. But the first thing I'm gonna say, to me it's different situations when Jalen and King. That's a different situation, so I'm gonna put that to the side. But as far as the DDG thing, what really annoys me about this is from men in particular, but
Mhm.
also from women when they're on social media like this is you have folks that are straight up lying or they're choosing to be ignorant. They're choosing not to do their research. I did a little bit of
Okay.
research I've watched about 7 videos, about 8 to 10 minutes each. I've watched a DJ Vlad interview with DDG. I've watched just to let people know where I'm pulling this from. DJ Vlad. I've watched the interview he had with a at a radio station, like that typical stuff. I've watched, the channel, before they were famous, because he actually contributed to some of the stuff they did, helping them do their
Mhm.
videos. Very big channel that does a lot of different people. And I've watched about a total of 40 minutes, 2 times playback speed. Shout out to that. Pleasing through this, as well as some other stuff I found. And I like DDG from the jump before I did any of this research. Just seeing him there, and because I knew who he was back when he was dating Ruby Rose. And one thing that impressed me about him was that when Ruby Rose was problematic, he got rid of her. And
Yep.
she really
That's
couldn't
that's
handle
what I
that.
heard. That's what I heard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is when she started being salty, talk about how short he was and all that. But at the end of the day, you dated him, so clearly he was good enough to date. And
Mhm.
this wasn't just a short date; they were together for a little bit. I wouldn't say boyfriend girlfriend, but they definitely dated for a while. So that tells you where he was and where she was. And I didn't know none of this stuff about her. I've seen a couple of stuff on social media with some other influencers I've seen, like Kai, and something that's the Z shit. Because my younger brother is 26, and I'm helping him with Twitch, so I've been watching Twitch a lot more than I normally would, and kind of getting involved in that world. So yeah, all that being said, this is stuff that anybody could have went through, like as far as these people. And people chose to just look at stuff. And it's one thing if you initially see it and then fine, but okay, she didn't have a kid with this dude. Actually look up, who is this dude, whatever. There's plenty of videos, whether it's females or dudes that do this type of guys in these types of worlds, right? And the more you find out, the more people are absolutely positively full of fucking shit. This dude, I've been saying that he's been making $50,000 since he was 19 years old. That is not accurate. DDG has been making seven figures a year since he was 19 years old. DDG has brother and sisters. One of them died. DDG has pulled his family out of the hood in like a city like Flint, Michigan, Pontiac. Parents, very hardworking people. Both of their parents is in his life. One of them worked in the blue collar dude working in the Ford stuff. Mother worked 2 jobs. They were both very supportive of things he wanted to do. This dude was a fucking valedictorian. That's rare for black men. Not to say we are not capable of doing it, but that they're going to put that type of effort. He's a middle child, like in the middle, not oldest, not youngest. This is, and then he went to school, dropped out because he was making 7 figures. So why the fuck? That's as an influencer. So he hasn't. And now when I say 7 figures, I mean he was tapping. So that means he was.
Limit the language a little bit, just a little bit.
Okay, so yeah, that's fine. So that means he was making about, in order to make 7 figures, you have to at least make about 88,000. So you don't necessarily hit the 100. So the fact that he was even in that range at that age. And so a lot of how he's used social media, and so he blew up really in 2018, but he had 80,000 subscribers in 16. He's been doing it for a while because he goes all the way back to Vine. So this is somebody that's kind of like a product of social media for a while, and he was doing it seriously and done a lot of little stuff. I didn't know all this. I knew he kind of did other stuff, but sometimes people do GTA. Some people blow up in different ways. He blew up doing music, comedy, and then he kind of got into music, in which he has been trying to transition into being a rapper. This is who this guy is. But the valedictorian, good in school, but still was able to get women, which is why I find it particularly funny. The SWP was saying some of the stuff he was saying, because this is the dude that's pulled from both sides, 2-parent household. This is who Halle Bailey chose to have a kid with. Like this is, and then understand that he is worth 3 times what she is. I agree that she probably has more potential as far as economics, because her and being in Hollywood and how they're trying to position her. Because they're trying to put, as an black woman, but the reality is this dude has money and this dude's trajectory is of his own. You don't know if his music will blow up. He has his fans, he has his people, and he is signed to an actual major label like Epic or something like that. On top of the money, he can always draw from social media, which is something even the other rappers can't do. And the last thing I'm gonna say is, another thing that people don't take into consideration is the issue that Halle and Chloe Bailey have a problem with is the social media stuff. They are nowhere near as far along in social media to what they should be, given where they come from, as far as being Disney kids, being like Zendaya has like literally over 100 million subscribers. They have like 6 and like 7. They don't have a lot considering how long they've had this kind of exposure. So real talk, he's someone that I'm not, obviously this is not why she's with him, but he's somebody that actually has a unique influence, is why he was able to build an organic market from nothing without that type of corporate visibility. So there's a lot of, so at the end of the day, it's very few people with all of that she could. And keep in mind, we're talking about not her being a part of somebody's harem, not being passed around, not looking stupid like her sister, where it's like everybody's cheating. We're talking about somebody that they only have 1 kid each, which is the one they have together. Like, and boyfriend, girlfriend, I don't know who else she can really get this better other than like a Michael B. Jordan. And Michael B. Jordan is like 30.
You're right about that. You're right.
34. So now you're going to hear the 34, 23. She's only 3 years older than him. I don't know what else. The only thing is he didn't marry her. And truth be told, that probably has a lot to do with her. When you're young like that, they're already together. They don't really care what other people want to say. Why put the paperwork on it? They can do that later. They're cohabitating. So the more
Mhm.
I learn, like actually the history of the stuff, other than what I've seen about how he's reacted to certain things, and he
Mhm.
doesn't control his family with his money either. And I know that because there's
Excellent.
a situation
Excellent.
with him and
Excellent.
his sister where he don't like his sister's boyfriend because he want to act stupid, but he ain't really leveraging that in order to get rid of him. They're using that as part. So my point is, the actually look people up. I get that it's the more you learn, the more you realize, wow, people are really full of it. Cause calling this dude Dusty, you are literally calling somebody that has 8 figures Dusty. Now you do better calling him short. Okay. Even though he's 5'8", which by the way, T.I. is like 5'8", 5'9", by the way. But to call
Mhm.
him Dusty, that's how I know Dusty is a term for black. That's a racial slur when black women use
It
it.
is. It is. It is. And you think about Edward. The reason why I reference it loosely the word dusty, because I've noticed certain content creators, and I'm not gonna say the content. One that's a lady that we criticize about these women should get married before they carry, and this one with Sarge was mentioned. The one he likes, the one as a content creator. The female, the chick, the chocolate chick. I'm like, what I'm talking about, that she referenced it, that is not going nowhere, and she doesn't really do research because in her mind, if these dudes are not putting a ring on it, it doesn't matter. It's a form of dustiness, and to me, I mean, marriage is the option now for a lot of people in the West. Not everybody's gonna be so eager, spending their generation to say I'm gonna
So,
put a ring on
so
it.
here's the
That's not.
thing. This is where people have to get off the internet and then understand that people see. It's funny how people will try to come at us and say all we do is talk about the internet, and this stuff
Mhm.
isn't applicable to real life. There's people that we know of. If I were to say their name, I'm not gonna put them out there like that. They were in there.
Mhm.
They didn't get married to the people they had kids with until they recently did. There's actually a couple of people I'm
Yeah.
thinking about now. They recently did, but at first they didn't. Because at the end, and I've always said this because people would say, "Oh, well, you're saying something different." No, I'm not. I've always said cohabitating occupies this real realm. Now, if they were not together, that would be a different thing. Did she be officially a baby mama? But at this point, they're cohabitating. This is not a future situation where he's got multiple baby mamas. They are projecting, just like how they say black men, what the Sierra and Russell Wilson situation is gonna inevitably end up with.
Mhm.
Like how we say it, it's not that now though. That's not its current status. And so we talk as if they're already broken up when they're not. That's what BGS, unfortunately, that's what BGS keeps reminding folks of. The same thing with this situation. Right now, they're cohabitating. They both have money. He has more than her. Dusty, he has more than her. And quite frankly, he's stronger than she is when it comes to YouTube. Well, not YouTube, but when it comes to social
Exactly.
media and how she uses it. She's back. Make no mistake, the Baileys are backed by corporations. And that's not to take
Yes.
nothing from them, but this is somebody that did it on his own. He is a self-made dude. And the biggest thing that impressed me was he was a valid Victorian. Where do you would never hear anyone, black, white, or otherwise, call a valid Victorian Dusty. And by the way, this dude was a valid Victorian taking AP, took like mostly AP classes. Do you understand how hard it
Mm.
is to hit the number? So when people want to say, "Oh, well, that's a school in Pontiac," it may not have been the greatest school, but that's taking AP classes. That's very difficult, and it makes sense that he would have did that because his parents probably didn't have the money to push him through school and stuff. So that's the reason why I was gonna take more AP classes was because that cuts out how much you got to pay for school for the first 2 years. So I mean, this is a
Yeah.
Z. So when you look at like, and the thing is, because he has a look, the certain type of look. If this is same thing I brought up with Marshawn Lynch, I pay attention to what people do, not necessarily what they look like. Because if you look a certain type of way, but you have the fundamentals behind you, I'm willing to let that go if you're not doing nothing stupid. So these are the type of people he is like the definition of what a role model would be, especially when you look at the craziness that is, especially in y'all's generation, but also in millennial generation. When I see him, I see Ludacris, I see Chameleonaire, I see a lot of guys that they were rappers. Obviously, he's not on their level rapping wise, but they were business guys and they have demonstrated it. And we're not about the goofiness because Chameleonaire is out of the spotlight, Ludacris is married, and even though they get this "you're a hood" thing, so People need to do like this is not hard stuff. All I typed was DDG bio, DDG age, DDG this, and this stuff came up. I did it on YouTube. Who is DDG? So I mean, for dudes my age, like our job here is we gotta know what we're talking about. Especially if we're gonna make these claims. I haven't seen all of the SWP videos, so I'm not gonna mention that here. But what these women are doing. The biggest issue I got is he's pulling a lot of what he does based on the squawking the women are doing. So if they holler loud enough about something, you just assume it to be true because if dude looks the part, he is the part. And we're supposed to give black men a little bit more of a benefit of a doubt. The one case he was in was he was caught with a possession charge and then reckless driving. That's white people stuff with minus the gun, and he wasn't convicted of that. I didn't find. So he hasn't been convicted of anything. So, but nobody's going to say any of this because the narrative has to be really, let's be very clear. I'm going to say this and I'm done. Let's be very clear here. Black women are upset about DDG because they want Halle Bailey to be with a white dude. They want to live their swirler fantasies.
I said this early in the stream. Yep.
Yeah. They want to live their swirler fantasies. And that's true for Simone Biles. That's true for Halle. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's good for you mentioning that. I said this during this other portion of the stream that would you ladies be more comfortable if Halle was knocked up by a non-black man?
Yes.
Would you be?
And they would.
They would, because in their mind, as long as not a black man or an N-word is better. But they look at it and say, wait, you're a middle-class woman found by Beyonce. You have status. You were with Little Mermaid, and you threw it all the way over a nick? Really?
Well, it takes two to be married too. Yeah. That's another thing people don't apply to. Like a lot of these chicks don't want to be married. Like they don't want that title, especially when they're young, because it's a permanent thing.
Yeah. And not a permanent thing, but now they can't explore their already inflated options, to be on. And trust me, when I mean on, they want to be doing this, Edward. On the carousel, you get me?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, and when you look at how she's approaching social media, because they're mad at her about how they handled the baby situation, it's really none of y'all business. It's like you can tell she was raised right as far as not really sweating the social media as much as they otherwise could. Like pimping a baby situation, just like people want to pimp these life situations, and that is what it is. I'm not saying everybody that does it do it, but yes, in a very way, you're pimping the situation. Now it can be tasteful as far as how you do it. Like obviously Beyonce is Beyonce. They're gonna be all up in her stuff anyway. So I get that with the Blue Ivy situation. But with them, she wanted to go a different route. And so the reality is it's really none of your business what she's doing in that way until she wants to make that your business. And so they were giving her heat for that. But everything under it is like it was even a video, a TikTok where he was talking, and I saw this like weeks ago, and she was talking, and it was a commenter talking about I like you for Halle. And then he really started to lambast this shit, and he said, "I'm sorry, you got to catch this straight, but it's other people saying that. Like, why do you say that? Why does it matter what you like me for who?" And that's because, and I've said it before, I'm gonna say it again. These women are living vicariously through these people. They're like Jiminy Cricket. They're like, what's that? My Fairy Godparents. Where you got it's like that's who they are. They're like in these people's lives, and this is like the thing that reality TV is done. And so dudes hear that, and then they make these assumptions about people because women will lie. They will run with their narratives, and that's why I expect dudes to be a little bit more understanding to who they're talking about. Like know who. I ain't saying you gotta be an expert at stuff, but you gotta give them a shake. At least give them a couple of YouTube videos. I've watched channels like, I didn't watch it for him, but I've watched channels like Impressive TV, people that can put this information together in like 8 minutes. Even on somebody like Steve Harvey, when you want to go into details, why is his family not really fooling with him? The ones that are his kids, do the research. That's what 2-point playback speed is for. But everybody's making these narratives using these terms dusty. You all are calling black male millionaires dusty. Like, not to curse again, because you say, but do you understand how retarded that is? Do you understand where we are? And notice how a lot of these Negroes be pseudo light skinned too. Did they be saying that? Like, and which I don't care. But my point is it's like y'all just throw that around, like. And the argument I always make too is, okay, cool, you don't like her with him. My argument is, why haven't I seen a list of who Halle Bailey should be with, who Lori Harvey? He got more money than Idris Elba. DDG is probably a better catch than Damson Idris. Now,
Oh
some people
wow.
may not agree with that, because women may say, "Oh, I don't agree with that because he's taller." Cool, but on paper, other than the height and other than
Yeah.
looks, on paper, he's 10 million, and he's only getting higher because the dude ain't just spending to be spending. He's only getting higher. Damson Idris is not there yet. He's not there. And I'm just saying. I mean, if you really want to do paper now, unless you want to say, "Oh, that don't matter," because look. And by the way, he dated Ruby Rose looks better than Halle Bailey. Halle Bailey's much.
Oh yeah, yeah. She better.
not,
Yeah, she better look.
it's
Yeah.
not even a comparison to who you would have a kid with. Halle Bailey's gonna be a better person, probably have a mother and a child based on how she's. Even white dudes compliment her on how she acts as a person. Her likability is very good in an era where likability in women is not really like that. But as far as looks and just looks alone, if we're gonna play that game, Ruby Rose looks better than Halle Bailey. So, and he got rid of her. And if you look at who he has dated, to be honest with you, Halle Bailey is not the like Halle Bailey would be like fourth. Even the chick he dated, like her name was Kennedy, when he was up and coming, like maybe right north of 100,000 on YouTube, looked technically better than her. But when you look at all the other stuff, plus where she's positioned and stuff, Haley's probably better positioned to handle the lifestyle. Because that's one thing that was talked about too, is a lot of people would be jealous of him as he was like moving in that trajectory. And this is somebody that worked to do that. He didn't just automatically just go on YouTube and YouTube blessed him. He had to try again, and to get that to work. And he did comedy here, music there, and stuff like that. And he built his audience, if you actually understand the history. And so, and like I said, he's technically like a last bus stop millennial because he's 26. And my brother's 27. So really the earliest bleeding is 26 to like 24 is like bleeding edge. It can kind of go both ways. But yeah, let me see. I'm looking at them as net worth, so I don't be a liar and not do my research. Okay, so yeah, they're about the same. They say his is the estimated 10 million. So he had and I'm not taking nothing away from him. He had the primetime show Snowfall. So yeah, they're the same. Net worth, they're the same. So I mean, and you can make an argument his career can take off because obviously he's pulling in Hollywood national, especially with Jonathan Majors taking a hit. So I always look to slide another dude in there. So, but still, the point is, and let's see how old he is. Like when you look at somebody that's his age in their 20s, which is he's 32 years old. So now we would be like, oh, well, it's a 9-year gap.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Ebrits, what they call what's that?
DDG is 26. So he's a 3-year gap. The Haley Damson Idris is 32.
Oh, okay.
So that makes sense.
Yeah,
because that's a big thing. These gaps now is the things that these people are hollering about. And let's be clear here. If he would have married Halle Bailey, first of all, that's a decision they make together. I'm saying that because Ime Udoka wanted to marry Nia Long, and Nia Long didn't want to be married. Nia Long is about 8 years older than Ime Udoka. So when she got with Ime Udoka, when she was 39, and so he was like 32. Just like how Carrie Hilson is like 7 years older than Ishur Zabaka. So obviously that's a control thing with that. She didn't expect Ime Udoka to be a coach like that though. So he kind of blew up on them. So in order for them not to look stupid, they tend to say, oh, you're a fiance if you have a certain amount of status, like Nia Long said, that perpetual fiance stuff. So that way nobody's got to ask questions of why you're not married or why you're there, because they don't want to call her just a girlfriend at like 40s and 50s, right? And so the thing is, and Nia Long did not want to get married. So what it is it's not that these dudes are not offering it. These women are like, let's not worry about this. Let's do this, do that. And why would he care? Cause you know, he's like, I'm good. I can care less what these people are talking about. You know, I'm with you, you with me, blah, blah, blah. That's how that actually happens. But it's usually the women. And if it was true now, it'd be different if he was like Future having all these other folks. Truth be told, Future would have married Sierra. Sierra just had to accept that he was gonna cheat, and she couldn't accept that.
And she couldn't accept it, yeah.
And I'm not saying she should have, but that's what he said. He would have married her. It's just you gonna be the number one, not the only one. And she didn't want that. It is what it is.
Yeah, yeah. And not only that is that because she was pregnant at the time and she wanted to legitimize instead of become a baby mama. That's when she departed from that relationship, she said, I gotta find some dude immediately because I don't want to be out here as a woman almost pushing 30 being baby mom.
Exactly. And it's a different mentality when you're almost pushing 30. It's a different mentality because another thing too is her career is more her career is behind her, not in front of her, and she was transitioning into other stuff. Versus, it's a different situation. Now, obviously, I understand the advantages of her getting married because it's not the greatest of look when it comes to endorsements and all of that. And I'm sure that's been told to her by her parents. But I promise you, they can put pressure on him to marry her. If it's not, he don't want to get married. You would see that tension. It's not he don't want to get married, but she want to get married. No, that's not what this is. You can kind of tell when that is what that is. And it's this. She don't really care. And quite frankly, it ain't nobody really kind of saying you need to make. Clearly, the corporations are not making it a requirement like they used to. And it may be where these Z's are, they're not hitting that as much. Because you gotta remember what era we're in right now with the whoredom compared to like what it would have been like when Sierra came up. It was there, but it wasn't. It still was certain things you have to put together. It's not the same thing. So these corporations, it's like they really gonna come at a chick being a single. Technically, of course, single mother, being a single mother versus all the other stuff they let ride. Like with all the other woke stuff, it doesn't make sense. It's very anti. And you got to remember, there's single. I'm not saying you should do this, but there's single mothers that are obviously watching these shows. They're a market they want to tap into. So it's not perceived the same thing in this era that it was. And this is people say, "Oh, well, you're making." I'm not making excuses, but what I am saying is that she's not an official baby mama until they break up. As long as they're together, they're just cohabitating at this point. And they both got money. Yeah.
Yeah, they got money. Like I said, they're in a good place right now, and I'm hoping for the best. Oh, how you doing, Kai? What's good? Thank you for the super chat. I think this is the first super chat for the year. Might be. I can't remember, man. I don't keep track. I don't get super chat.
I just appreciate Kai on that. As far as the other one, that's easy. That's easy, man. Typical gold digger. Last Hail Mary. She hit a touchdown. That's on his. That's on him. That that's really people want to. Black women were wrong when they were. They effed up when they start lying. Like when they start saying, "Oh, his son ain't 21. Her son ain't 21." And I started because I didn't know a lot about this situation, so I was like, maybe he ain't. He's 17. Nah, he's 21. I know they knew that they were lying. Like they start lying at the end of the day. Trust me, they only gonna keep doing that so many times before these dudes get smart. Like, trust me, these dudes are gonna get smart. So she got one, and it's what it is. I always say, I don't hate on these chicks for playing a game. But if you a dude and you fall for it, that's on you. You could have effed her without nothing in her. I mean, you like, and I'm gonna tell you, a lot of this stuff has. I don't want to say he's got a mommy complex or whatever, but this goes all the way back to like Usher. A lot of dudes that are dating women are like north of 7-8 years older than them, and it's like, I mean, why do you care? The thing is, but when your kid is 20, she's gonna be 60. That's what you did to your kid. Like, real talk.
Exactly.
Like, it ain't even about like, yeah. So
it's embarrassing, bro. But like I said, with most women, and they said she was married already more than once, and I always get suspect when a woman has been a divorcee more than once.
She's a jump.
And now you go turn around, you turn around and you go mess around with a person that is your son's age, and your son's looking down on you.
The thing is not like people. The age thing Yeah, that's a thing, but it's also who's doing it. She's a jump off. She's a jump off with a couple of sponsorships. She's a jump off
Mm-hmm.
that she know how to do some things on her. She knows how to leverage her sexuality without just like, just going hardcore with it. You know what I'm saying? She understands less is more. She understands it's smarter to be a B. She knows how to, be a swimsuit model. They may, be a Fenty represented. She understands a little bit of marketing, branding, and maximizing her sexual her looks. So she's smarter than the bottom B type of chick. But at the same time, she understands what age she is, and there's a reason why she dated him. And this is not about what you have in common. People say, well, Marcus Houston dating the young woman he dated or married, and that's 20 years. That's different because men are expected to
Mm-hmm.
pay for everything, and also that was done within the confines of Jehovah's Witness. There's a lot of people involved in that, not just him. There's a lot of people, so it's not the
Mm-hmm.
same, and it's never the same. Our species evolved with older men dating younger women. It's not the same in reverse. So y'all
Mm-hmm.
trying to act like it is because of feminism, please. Like at the end of the day, you really
Mm-hmm.
think they're gonna have a relationship when he's 30 and she's 50? You really think that's what
Nah,
it's gonna be? You really think he's
nah.
not gonna be like, come on, he's a check. Now watch now. If he don't get access, now if somehow she can't access that money, you trust and believe it's gonna be a problem. If she winds up like, yeah, if she
Oh,
goes out like Brittany Renner
mhm, mhm.
with like
I
3,500.
want to add. I want to add on, Edward. If the man still stays to Houston, because if you remember, Uncle D said best. In the state of Houston, there's a cap on how much you can get for child support. Now I'm not sure where Drea is. I know she's living in New York, but if she's dealing with this
I
dude,
think it matters where the kid is born, and I know she knows. She knows.
if that's the case, then it might be a problem for him. That might be
He
problem if
he
he's
he
if he.
may he may because he's a resident in Houston have some stuff, but they're not there yet. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If she tries to go for broke on child support, that pretty
Mhm.
much tells on her what she's doing. Because you're not gonna say child support. The real purpose of child support is to get the dude accountable to doing something. So if they're not
Yeah.
doing it, so it's this idea that he's not doing what he could be doing. So if she automatically puts him on child support, that's a different type of look. Because we haven't seen in a while a young dude and an older woman, and then you're doing it. That looks very different because you can't say you can't make the play that you're like vulnerable to him, like mentally. You can't make that argument. You can't make the argument that you didn't have an understanding of the relationship and what was going on sexually less so than he did, because you have that type of age gap. It's kind of the similar thing as to how they went at it with by the way, these are two light-skinned chicks, by the way, Brittany Renner and Brittany Renner. Like, she can't be the victim of him because that's only that was like a 7-year, 8-year gap. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
claim that. It doesn't come off that way. Even women don't really buy that. Women tend to not buy that. So with that being said, a gap to where you're dating somebody the age of your son, even in the courtroom, that just looks retarded. It really does. It looks, even women and judges aren't gonna be like completely collapsing on this dude. And real talk, this
Mhm.
dude is not a playboy like that. Like where he's just like Zion or something. Like he's just out here. So that also makes it harder to make that kind of case. So he ain't completely messed up with no Vaseline. But we'll see
Yeah.
with that. Yeah, we'll see
Yeah.
with that. But it's obvious gold diggery.
Yeah. And one thing, because Joe Button called it out, he was more how's the
He
word?
was he was more
He
team
was
hypocrisy.
yeah, it's hypocrisy, and he knows that is grooming is a form of predatory behavior. And my issue with a lot of these dudes, when they have these ladies on, if they're guests or if they're working with you, they're not gonna take your side. Because think about it, you think if they had the opportunity to sit there and mess around with a younger dude that's in the league, listen, Edward, when All Star happened a few years ago in Atlanta, these dudes were dropping $1 million to these
dancers. You get me? You think
Yeah.
these ladies not gonna go down? For a dude that's in the league and potentially put
Women.
himself in a good position to get
Women.
a serious bag.
Because women
Yeah.
don't care because they don't see it as long term anyway. It's just it's
Yeah.
like it's a trick. It's like it's a trick situation. They don't. That's not what they're thinking. It's obvious. It's obvious that's not what it is, and that's why I come at it with. And so it's not so much you're dealing because it's not the same. People try to say, well, you're dealing with a woman that's naive. These women know what they want sexually. Let's stop fronting like they don't. That is not the same as like money. Like a woman can choose to sleep with somebody and then choose not to. And even with a baby, they have absolute control if they have a child. Period. So they can be nutted.
Yeah.
Like they can be nutted into and decide not to have it. Same thing going back to Haley. She did not have to have it. Oh, well, what about her values? Well, if that was that serious, she has a whole career. Even outside the values, she knows not to let him just go raw dog and nut in her. Like, look, if we're gonna just keep it all the way 100 like that, it's not like, oh man, he nutted in dude nutted in her once and all of a sudden she's pregnant. No, that ain't how that works. Like BGS is absolutely right. When these chicks have a baby, it's because they want to. And you can tell when you watch videos of them too that she likes him. And at the end of the day, if you say why not, really, why not? He's got 10 million. He's making more money. Like his rap career is only getting started. And the thing about it is people say, well, he's mediocre. He can be that and still get money. Because the reality is he's got an audience that actually messes with him like that. And he knows how to get money out of them, which is unfortunately a lot of these influencers don't know how to do that. So you may not like his music, but the numbers don't lie. And he had a picture with Beyonce at the Grammys. And trust and believe, Beyonce wouldn't have been in a picture with people that she thought, because she knows who he is because of what she does with Chloe and them. So she didn't like him. She has that bouginess about her too, as well. She know who he is because of that connection. So she wouldn't have been in the picture if she'd exist. She wasn't in a picture with Kim Kardashian for the longest time, even when she was with Kanye for that very reason. So she has that in her too. Now, so my point is, I get it. A lot of these women like the gender. Anyway, long story short, that other situation with Jalen, he's got some wiggle room, but we'll see when she plays her hand, that makes women look bad. To be honest with you, like if anything, other women should be paid. And I don't even think she's black like that. She's got to be like a black Hispanic. So I'm not gonna put that straight up on African American women, but just like how Brittany Renner's mixed too, like so.
Oh, you talking about Draya?
Yeah.
You talking about Draya, right, Michelle?
Yeah.
No, actually, Draya is Italian and black. One of her parents is white, Italian.
Exactly. You know who else is Italian and black? Maya.
Is it? It's my. Oh yeah, and actually, her father.
A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people thought she was like Puerto Rican or something. No, it's Italian.
Yeah, they say her father. I think it's from Jamaica.
And they similar ages. Yeah, so he ain't, so she ain't. So that's why, I ain't gonna fully put that on African American women because she ain't that. So that's another thing. So I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, I mean, he passport bros, dude, but you should have got a younger one. I don't know why you might as well import chicks if you're gonna do all that. I get it though, because people say, oh well, she was on the poster of his wall. I'm like, he doesn't even match the age for that. Like he don't even match the age for that. He would have been like 11 years old when she was been in her prime. Like that doesn't match up at all. And so the only reason why dudes bring up the age gap really is because of the hypocrisy of women. Women want to make it like it's a form of sexual assault because I call it sexual politicking. So they want to sit here and make it. I'm seeing people starting to bring up Leonardo DiCaprio now, white women. They want to make it to where it's seen as disgusting, and they want to legislate in the court of public opinion that dudes cannot go down a certain age gap. That's what they're doing. And the problem, and the thing is, dudes, and it's not just famous dudes. Like I literally have a video of a female, where her daughter, a female where her father takes her out to dinner and stuff, to celebrate whatever. And people really be looking at them like that's her, like that's his young thing. And she brought it up to him, and he was like, yeah, he's like, yeah. So she literally has to low key dress down. That is crazy. And ain't just that's everybody. That is crazy. But that's how it is. You got people out here and the thing is, most of these folks don't got the balls to do that with white men. So what they do is they try to overcompensate by paying attention to black men. And the funny thing is, Hispanics have a completely different definition of like consent when it comes to, like, if you really understand what
Oh
they
yeah.
deal with internally. They never talk about it. The women are on code with that, and I'm not bringing it up, but it's kind of like especially if you're starting to deal with women over, like, in other countries. Like if a dude is from like Paraguay or Uruguay, I'm talking about a dude is from there. If
Mhm.
they want, they know what to do. Go back to your country and get what you gonna get, whether the rules or whatever the rules are, and your opinion is irrelevant. And they will bring them back if they can. I've worked with dudes, call centers that have done this. They come back. I've seen them a few years later, and you look like, and it ain't necessarily old. And I ain't even talking about older dudes and necessarily like they're old. I'm talking about dudes that may be like a little bit younger than me. And
Mhm.
then like it's not the same. So when you understand this, it's this thing where everybody wants to throw the R word on everything. Like even grooming, like, oh, you want a younger woman so you can groom her. And in sports world, we call that coachable. That's what we call it. So
Mhm.
so like, you can't, a relationship doesn't work that way. Man, this idea that men are like these dictators, that's not true. That's just what y'all say. Now, last thing I'm gonna say is when they talk about that dictatorial crap, what they're really talking about is this dude is of a certain level, whether it's looks, money, status, a combination of the two, that he can replace you easily and you can't do anything about it. That's what you call controlling. Men cannot physically control you. Diddy is a special case, but men cannot physically control you like that. But what they can do is replace you. That's what they don't like. And they don't like this feeling of you can be replaced if you don't comply with certain things. That's what they don't
Yeah.
like. And that's what they call controlling. That's not controlling. That's just, it's not
Mhm.
controlling. Anyway. Anyway.
Mhm. 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 Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, these young people, they're living life, and we just here just watching it through. I mean, I cover it nonetheless, like every other content creator, and personally, how I see the outcomes of this is like I don't have a problem. The only thing that I caution people, if they're going to really cover these two young people, they should do thorough research. I mean, I just did a quick Google search on DDG, and I heard about it from other content, so I just did a quick search, and I said, yeah, this man is making good money. And when I read the brief bio, he is very talented, and he is smart, because to be valedictorian, that takes, I mean, work, personally. But like I said, I mean, when you hear people that don't do thorough research, they just look by the person's outer look and what they do, and it said this person is a degenerate. And I said, no, 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 no. Let's look at it. Let's see if that holds weight. It don't look like it holds weight. So personally, people that's keep putting it out there and saying this nonsense. I mean, I tell people many times. I say it's clickbait, but they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Personally, now in
Yeah,
regards to
yeah,
Jalen,
because they use,
Jalen,
yeah. Mhm.
yeah, yeah. Go ahead, no, go ahead, go ahead. Say your
No,
thing.
they use him as a youth. The problem is they use him as a euphemism for all black men and how they feel about all black men. And unfortunately, it's a lot of black men that buy into that because of how loud black women are. And that's
Yeah,
very problematic. And people are not know that people are speaking about the Draya situation with Jalen Green, but it's more like it's on him. And it is. I mean, he's got people around him. He skipped over all of them just to deal with this chick. And it's like it is what it is. I mean, these people are gonna make. I mean, the truth is, I'm only gonna be so mad at that chick because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna tell these women not to play the game. If y'all are out here, like who's the chick? Bernice Burgos. But I will tell
yeah,
you this. I will tell you this too. They're not just meeting these people at 21. Like this stuff just doesn't happen. This takes time, and so I'm very confident she met him before he was 21. I'm very confident that she met him before
yeah.
he was 18. Same thing with Bernice Burgos. Like as far as like messaging and stuff, if you really want to trace it, it's not happening when they're 18. I'm not saying it's like 15 or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but like it's not. It's not. And the problem is it's too much hypocrisy. It's too much, that's the issue. These people, I say the same thing I say about women. He knew who she was. He knew what age she was. She didn't lie about nothing. As far as what you can obviously see, you know her age. You know what she looks like. I don't care how young she thinks she. You know she got a son. You knew all of this. You still did that.
Still did
You
that.
you
Yeah.
grown, you grown, and you grown, and you are that's all. And the truth be told, dudes in the past got all these kids. You know, whatever. You know, at some point you got to let dudes live. And it's the same thing with chicks too. Same thing with Haley Bailey. At the end of the day, you look at her sister. Her sister, oh, well, she's childless. I get all that. It's not even about childless. Not child. The truth be told, having a kid at 23, you got time for that snapback to work because you're young versus you wait until you're 30.
Yep.
That is the issue is you have to make a decision. And as far as when somebody gets married, if they get married, you'll have to see. You don't know. But the thing is, there's a reason Kevin Samuels didn't talk about entertainers and really put entertainers in his conversation because
And above because
entertainers is different calculations.
yeah, they make the money differently. He's been harping this for the last 2 years before he transitioned back in 2022 of May. That he put certain people in certain categories. He only focused with the working class, not the so-called entertaining class of society. They
Yeah,
don't build societies. They're here
and
to
yeah,
entertain. Are the real workers are the ones that what society needs.
yeah, and everybody has this like princess complex with Haley Bailey, and the truth is she appreciates that, but she don't want that to the point where it's like y'all are putting like a Martin Luther King like Rosa Parks thing on her. She,
Mm.
that's not working. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. Like y'all are living y'all relationship through her. Like the same thing people did with Beyonce and Jay-Z. I mean, at the end of the day, people gonna have to be honest. And if you all, well, you're justifying, I'm not justifying nothing. I'm just like don't put her in the same situation as the single mother situation we talk about. Like that's not a power situation as to why that's not the situation she's in. It's not the same thing. They both got two parents. That kid has a grandma and grandpa. Both of them ain't stressing. They got siblings. Like what are we talking? You're talking about a piece of paper, and it matters, but at the same time, they'll do what they're gonna do when they want to do it, or they won't. And
Mhm.
it's not me making excuses for it. Do not try to put DDG in the same situation with like NBA YoungBoy. That is not the same situation. It is not. And this is not me justifying anything. And as far as the people you were talking about, um, the typical folks, they always are talking crap. Like they're calling him Dusty because he's black. He's worth $10 million. This is his first kid. If you do not, she got with somebody that she literally got with somebody that's a valedictorian. She literally got the best of both worlds. The only real knock on him is his height, and he's 5'8". That's average height. That's
Yeah.
not below average. So I
Yeah,
mean,
well, the average right now height is supposed to be close to 5'10". 5'9" they'll accept, but once you below that is they
no,
consider that
that's not
small.
average. That's not average. I know I get that, but that's not
Yeah,
average.
yeah, yeah.
Like six, like at
Okay.
average, it's like 5'9", 5'8". Like it's not that many. It's like because you
Yeah.
gotta remember 6 foot is not that many guys that are 6 foot. So even and
No.
by the way, Ti is 5'9". See, people forget
Yeah.
that. A lot of these
Okay.
new rappers, Lil Wayne is 5'6". A lot of these
Oh.
rappers
Yeah,
are
yeah,
short.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I heard it was
most
small, but I didn't know he was that small.
most of your rappers are short, with the exception of Jay-Z. So Jay-Z is tall, Future is tall, what's it, Drake is tall, but most of them are not that tall. Most of your rappers are not that tall. Most of them are like in the five, five. I'll say most of them are like 5'8" or hovering at 5'7", 5'8". Nipsey Hussle, I don't think was tall. He wasn't 5'6". Now most
Mm-hmm.
of them ain't 5'6", but most of them ain't 5'10" either.
Mm.
And that's another thing that people don't pay attention to. So when you see Laura London, like that status stuff can buy you out of stuff. Lil Wayne got multiple baby mamas out there. I ain't looking at these new dudes. These new dudes may be taller because I know Jadina is tall. Obviously J. Cole is tall as crap. They think he's a basketball player. So there are some, but most of them ain't tall like that. Most of them are under 5'10", not over 6 feet.
Okay. 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 All right.
No,
Nice.
like don't believe.
Some
Hey, you all don't believe me. Take your favorite rappers, Google it. I don't Google it. That people, oh, you're short, so you go no. But Ruby Rose said he was short, which is why I Googled DDG, because that was a notch he thought. But other than that,
Isn't Ruby Rose like 5'7"? How old?
Ex-
I think she's like 5. Let me double
well,
check.
that's
I think
still
she's like 5.
short. You know how it is. You know how it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. I ain't arguing with no. You know, with Mar.
I didn't know Jennifer Lopez was 5'5". I thought she was taller than that.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. And I thought Rihanna was like close to 6 feet. When I double checked, no, she only 5'8". So I'm saying they're making over.
Yeah, when they're 5'8", they look taller because you gotta remember they got heels too. So 4 inches, 5'8", yeah, you're gonna see that. Man, like I didn't really know how. I knew Nicki Minaj was short, but you don't know how short until she was on Kai Cenat's string, because you really don't really get to eyeball her like that. You know, because she's always obscured with something, like if it's in radio. So yeah, but end of the day, and people gonna do it. People gonna spread the narratives. He don't care. Obviously, what that does for him is that spreads his name out there. And then when it's time for people to actually get the facts, they get the facts. So that ain't doing nothing but hurting him. But you don't really hear him in that conversation in big YouTuber. I know that Aiden thing with those the rappers are going on. Like people don't, and what people don't realize is to these folks that are like 14, 15, 16, these influencers are like celebrity. They're beyond reality. I wouldn't put, they're higher than reality shows. They're their own personal reality show. I wouldn't say they're like celebrity. Even Ben Affleck said that. He said celebrity is democratized and it doesn't have the same cachet it used to. And he didn't think that was a bad thing, to be honest. But he said that's a different calculation than what it was in the past. So people younger that really grew up on this social media, I mean really grew up on it, these people are like celebrities for real. They are. And DDG has like 4 million subscribers on YouTube. Then you got to look at them. I mean, Kai Cenat can start riots. He almost got locked up for that, doing some kind of giving. These dudes, like it's not, no, they just online, especially with the dudes, the women sometimes, but with the dudes, when you get like 1 million people following you as a dude, that to me, that has more cachet than 1 million people following you as a female, because dudes don't get followed unless they really get, messed with. Even somebody like Derrick Jackson, the women that are following him are following him. Not like with women, you got dudes, if they're attractive, dudes will just subscribe just because of that and not pay attention. It's not the same. It's not. When you can get that as a dude, most of these people are rocking with you at some level. Anyway.
Yeah. So like I said before, hold on.
He said, Coach Red Pill, this person. I mean, at the end of the day, man, like good cat, you can get that a dime a dozen, especially if you think globally. Now, obviously, the basketball player, he's not able to like travel like that with ease because of the nature of his job. But the reality, man, and Bernice, I don't think so. I mean, my question is, why would you date Bernice when her daughter is 18, 19, 20? Why would you, especially if you're that age? If you're like in your 20s, why would you date her? I mean, truth be told, if you can date her daughter, you probably can get her. You probably can get a 2 for 1 if you got enough money. Yeah.
Exactly.
They probably got that kind of relationship where, oh well, are you serious? Lori Harvey dated Diddy and his son. Seriously though, like so it makes no sense to deal with her, because it's going to be harder to date her, Bernice Burgos, and then date her daughter. It's going to be easier to date her daughter. And same, you look at how they're trying to push what's her name? What is her name? Erykah Badu is trying to push her daughter. I don't know if she's of age, but
she might be 20 this year. She might be 20 this year.
Erykah Badu. Okay, yeah. So Erykah Badu is 2 years over 18. So yeah, she's pushing her. They know what they're doing when they do this, and ain't nobody saying nothing. They know what they're doing when they do this stuff. They do. Don't pretend like they don't. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean they know what they're doing at the end of the day. That's why I don't really fall too much in my feelings about the grooming aspect in the business. It's part of the territory. You know what I'm saying, and not only it's part of the territory, but they're in a class within themselves. They're not gonna be outside the little circle to be dealing with regular people. I mean, I don't know why people
Well,
don't understand this.
yeah, that's true. And
Think about Edward. One woman said that they read that Halle dealt with someone as like a banker or someone in those like industry. I said, wait, she is in an environment where she's dealing with millionaires and
if she
potential millionaires.
Yeah, if she
So
deals with a banker, she's gonna deal with a banker that's connected to the industry. It doesn't work that way. And even when women say banker, you don't like. What are you talking about? A bank? I know you're not talking about a bank teller. What do you mean when you say that? You talk about investment banker, and that's another way of saying a white dude. Because if this is a white dude, nobody's gonna recognize.
Basically,
Like,
basically.
and the other thing too, I'm gonna say, and this, well, this is what it is. I've said this on my channel. One thing that's interesting because obviously Chloe is more figured than traditionally than Halle Bailey has been, but with Halle Bailey getting pregnant and having a kid, your body goes through changes, and when you're in your 20s, a lot of these chicks use pregnancy as a way to reformat their body. So this is why when you have chicks getting
This is
abortions and
true.
stuff
This is
like
true.
that, this activates hormones. So we'll see what she comes out looking like. So this is one of the things about having kids when you're younger. Now people would say, "Oh, well, you're promoting." I'm not promoting anything. These are entertainers doing what entertainers do. And just like how when you see other people come, like there's a difference between her doing this and then Sierra having a kid with a dude that she knew was cheating on her and already had 4 baby mamas before her. Those are two completely separate things. Let's not play games now. But as black men, you all have to start giving more black. And I ain't even talk because honestly, the reason why SWP kind of annoyed me a little bit is because he was a recent thing with that. But he's not the only one. I've seen people on TikTok, dudes that it's like, yo, y'all are younger than me, so I know y'all know of this dude more than I do. Why are y'all coming to this dude like he's broke? Like they're trying to low key treat it like the Kiki Palmer situation. And even with him, he wasn't broke, and his brother is an actor. So it's not like he ain't getting into a party without Kiki. That's not true. His brother was an
Mhm.
actor. Now, is he up there as Kiki? No. But this idea that he's just some peasant, like y'all got to start, and he's mixed, but y'all got to stop disrespecting like black men got to stop that. And Grinch did a video where he was talking about that, as far as regarding the obsidian situation, how you just got dudes that they just jump at the chance to like make black men look bad in order to proceed to be presented as I'm in the middle. I'm not a I don't hate black women like the red pill. I'm in the middle. See, and they look for guys, and for some reason everybody like comes at this dude. And honestly, this dude has done a lot. Like seriously. Now people look at the image, but at the end of the day, this what image really? This is what the women like, and it got Haley. So what are you really gonna say? I mean, let's be real. And honestly, she could do worse. Hell, she could still put him on child support with all the money she got.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. And if you compare her to Ebony K. Williams, who you think doing better? And she got more money than him. So when you look at stuff like this, you look at Simone Biles, who's like I think 26. Yeah, nothing to see here. Oh, well, they're married. Okay, they're married. Like I'm not against a marriage, but I also know that everybody don't always get married before. They sometimes get married when they want to. And the women are just as involved in that. It's this idea that if they're not married, it's because the dude ain't. This is not marriage, is not sex. where you got this drive that a dude has to have it. So the only thing that we're really waiting on is the woman to open her legs, and pretty much that's what you got. It's marriage is not that. So stop acting like women just have this drive to get married, and especially in the African American community, they have this drive to get married, and dude just has to say yes. No, but anyway.
All right, Edward. We gone long enough for this. I
Yes.
appreciate you coming up for your insight, your take on it, and one thing I respect about you, you at least you won't talk about anything unless you're really fully confident to really go in detail about it. But like I said, the one with Halle Bailey is a little bit more easier search. The one with the Jalen, that's still questionable. But like I said, it's good that we talk about this, cover it anyway, because
It's problematic, but it's only problematic to people that likes to keep focus on things that's
I'm not right
really.
about everything. Kai said correction. Lil Wayne is 5'5". I've been told that. I think it's like 5'5" or 5'6". But yeah, and Drea, all you gotta do is research. I don't know everything about Drea because I don't pay attention to these chicks. But I would probably say if you research anything, research her and then research her history. But it is what it is. I mean, if you look, man, if you're 20, if you're 18, 21, even as far as I'm even 17 as a dude, you know how old she is. This is not the Brittany Renner situation is a little bit different because she's still in her 20s. But once you get into a chick that's 39 and her son is like your age, Negro, you know what you're doing. Especially when you got two parents and you skipping over. Yeah, because think about it, the women in your family are not going to be cool with that because they don't want to split the money. So even the matriarchal feminine nesting negatives in that situation actually works to protect you, at least from an outside force, because they have they have a vested interest in definitely not no older chick. I mean, honestly, how old is his? Drea got to be probably around the same age as his own mother. So it's like, so when you see that situation, it wasn't just the dudes, the women had to have said something too. So it ain't nothing pushing you. So I know you skipped over all of that. Oh, you grown, you a millionaire. I'm just a dude. So what am I really doing? And am I gonna completely just, oh, she's bad. She's gonna play the game that she can play. I'm not hating on these chicks for playing a game, because the reality is, what could she lie about? She couldn't lie about her age. She couldn't lie about her kid. Oh, well, I love you. Da, da, da. I mean, really? You know the fundamentals of all of that already. That's on you. Men are not emotional like that. Not like women are. So even still, but even on a female situation, when they deal with older dudes, they know what they're doing and why. So we need to stop playing like they don't. But anyway, I'm done. I'll probably share this because, this gives me insight in this to save me having to, go off on this on my channel. So appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, push some people.
I appreciate it. All right, thank you, Edward. Till next time. Appreciate it.
Peace out.
Okay. Okay. All right, guys. That's it for today's stream. You hear it first. You hear my take. Looking forward for your comments, and how can I say it? Hope you like the video, and if you're not subscribed to the Chaos Rain Show, please hit the subscribe button. I didn't put subscribers on. I forgot. But, for those that are entertaining the chat room, I do appreciate it. Hope you become a subscriber, or even better yet, join and become a member of the Chaos Rain Show. I would appreciate even more. But other than that, the links to follow me are the following. You can follow me on Twitter at Chaos Rain 7. You could add me as a friend on Facebook, Eric Rain on Facebook. Follow me also on Rumble. And where is my Rumble link? Because did I post it here? Let me check. Oh, no, I didn't. So I will double check. I want to start build up the Rumble, as y'all know. Where things are going down. They're going down on Rumble. Oh, yeah, I don't have it. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second. No, screw it. I'm gonna find it. Yeah, so like I said, follow me on Rumble as well. Also, join the Discord service to the Chaos Rain Show as well. I do have Discord, and Discord is popping. Well, it will get eventually popping, but you know what I mean. So join the Discord service of the Chaos Rain Show as well. And hold on. What else I'm missing? Oh, last but not least, please become a member of the channel as well. I'm not sure what we're waiting for. There's perks. There's a lot of things. Join the channel. I would surely appreciate that if you join the channel of the Chaos Rain Show as well. And anything else I'm missing? No, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's it. So like always, guys, leave a comment at the end of this video. And give this video a nice like. And share it too, because, this was useful. If anything, I might do something with the clips of this. So
If you're not subscribed to the channel, I'm not sure what you're waiting for. Hit that subscribe button. And here's the link to the Rumble page. That's it now. Thank you all. And like, appreciate and give a shout out to Kai for a donation to the channel. Appreciate it. $10 dub. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. And I appreciate y'all from watching the show. All right, then. Till next time, guys. Let it chaos reign.
Some kids are always trying to ice skate uphill.